Hello and welcome to Valley Viewpoint. My name is Lowell Mann and I will be your host this evening. Now, it's hard to believe, but summer is just around the corner. Kids are getting out of school and parents are wondering what they're going to do with their kids throughout the summer. Well, my guest this evening will share an opportunity for kids here in the Walla Walla Valley. And Dan Solis, welcome to Valley Viewpoint.
I feel very welcome on Valley Viewpoint.
Yes, you're our regular host, but you want to share with us about Walla Walla Valley Camps.
Well, let me answer your question. You said, what do you do with the kids?
Yeah.
It's a very simple answer. You send them to Walla Walla Valley Camps.
There you go.
We have a great summer lined up. We're excited. You know, we had a COVID interruption. The rules, the regulations that the state was sharing with us made it virtually impossible to have a credible summer camp program. And we didn't try the virtual route. Camp is about kids getting together and having fun, doing things together, and that's just not quite possible on a screen.
Yeah.
So, but we're back.
We're back,
and
okay.
Most of the things that we've been able to do in the past, we'll be doing again this summer. There are a few things that we hope to have added by next summer so that we have the complete package, but a lot of it is back and we're excited.
All right, so Walla Walla Valley Camps, what age groups of children are you looking for?
Great question. So 6-year-olds up to 15-year-olds. Now we have a junior camp that's going every week from June 20 to the end of July, and that is for 6 to 12-year-olds. The activities, the field trips, everything is kind of geared to that age. In addition to that, most weeks we will have a camp that's targeted for the older kids, and we'll talk about the specifics of those, but then we're looking for basically 11 up to about age 15. So if you have a younger child, there's something every week, and for most weeks there's also something for the older set.
All right, and so what you talked about a set of things for the younger group. What are some of the activities that they will be doing as they come to camp?
Only fun stuff.
Only fun stuff.
Only fun stuff. Swimming, kayaking, canoeing. We do a lot of water sports. It gets hot during the summer. When it's 100 degrees outside, it's just nice to be around the water. Kids will get to do giant water slides and diving boards and swimming pools and lakes, rope swings, just a lot of fun stuff. But kids also like horses. I've just found this out. I don't know what it is about horses, but kids love horses. And so they get to learn how to ride a horse. And we do this very safely, so there are helmets that the kids wear. We have trained supervisors that are working with them, but just a lot of fun. They not only know how to ride a horse, but how to groom the horse, how to make friends with a horse.
How to take care of the horse.
How to take care of the horse. So just a lot of neat things that are going to be happening. There's mountain bike riding or trail type riding that will be part of some of our camps. There's roller skating and roller blading, just on and on and on. Just a lot of fun, neat things that kids like to do. And I guess the best part of the camp is not just what you get to do, but who you get to do it with. So we encourage kids to bring a friend with them, and if they don't bring a friend with them, they will make friends there. So that's just a quick snapshot, a synopsis of what we are offering this summer.
All right, and so that's if campers come, it's for a full week. Is that correct?
Full week. So we open our doors at 8 o'clock in the morning. At 8:30, we have our morning assembly. That lasts until 9 o'clock. So we'll have a master storyteller every morning sharing a story from a different continent in the world. So our theme, our overarching theme for this summer is Around the World in 40 days. Now, I know
you just cut it in half.
We did. We're working very fast this summer. Of course, Around the World in 80 Days is the book that everybody is familiar with. But coincidentally, our camp start date and our camp end date is a period of 40 days. So we thought, oh, that's got to be the theme for this year. So around the world in 40 days, we'll have a chance to visit South America, Australia and New Zealand, the continent of Africa, Asia and China. And of course, we wouldn't be complete without North America. So not only will we have a feature story that outlines or highlights some event, some story that takes place in these various continents, but our music will also be drawn from various continents. So they'll get a chance to get snapshots from around the world. We're not calling it educational because we don't want the kids to know that's what it is.
Even though that's what it is.
That's right. It's just fun. We tell them it's just fun, but they will learn a lot by design. And that's the way that we want things to be. It's part of our philosophy of how you do camp. It's why we do camp.
So you've got the assembly in the morning, and then after that, they go out on all these activities that we were discussing earlier.
Right. Starting at 9 o'clock, they will have a different activity, usually 2 or 3 different activities in the morning. Then we feed them lunch.
Okay.
Let me say a word about lunch.
I was going to ask about lunch, if lunch was provided. I guess.
Lunch is provided. It's part of the camp cost. But we're very particular about what we serve to our kids. And a lot of parents are particular. We like particular parents. So there is no high fructose corn syrup in anything that we serve. And that is really difficult to do. If parents look, ketchup, almost every ketchup has high fructose corn syrup. Buns, your breads, nearly every bread has high fructose corn syrup in it. Now it costs us more to have the higher quality items, but that's what we do. It runs through every aspect of our camp, not just how we feed people, but we avoid those kinds of foods. There is growing evidence that high fructose corn syrup is linked to obesity, especially childhood obesity. So it's just not good for us. Another thing that we avoid is caffeine. So a lot of drinks, they're labeled energy drinks. That is a misnomer. And I'm not sure how they get away with this because energy actually has a definition. You know, the Food and Drug Administration has a definition. And these so-called energy drinks don't meet that criteria. They're actually stimulant drinks, and they're artificial stimulants that rev up the body for a short period of time, but every time you do that, you go up and then you crash. So we avoid these harmful things in the diet that we provide for the young people. So they're going to get a Class A menu if they come. It's plant-based, but the most important thing, it is delicious. So
and healthy.
Healthy.
It sounds like it's healthy as well.
Don't tell the kids it's healthy. They don't want to know that. But you as parents know that this is going to be healthy, and it's going to be really tasty as well. So that's lunch.
Okay.
After lunch, then we go through another round of activities, similar to the ones that we do in the morning. More of our water activities are in the afternoon because it's warmer that part of the day. A lot of our animal activities and some of our field trips are in the morning because it's a little cooler at that part of the day. But it's a great package. Then at 4 o'clock, parents can start to pick up their kids. If parents have work commitments, they can't make it back, we're still there until 5 o'clock or by special arrangement even later. So we're going to have just a really great time with the kids this summer. And that's just basically the junior camp. Are you going to let me talk about our...
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the junior camp, but let's move on to the older group. What are some of the activities that they are doing? Are they going to do the similar activities, or are they going to do something a little bit different?
Well, let me tell you about our first older kids camp. That's going to be June 20 to 24. Now, let me say, for the benefit of our Walla Walla viewers, that week we realized that school isn't getting out until the 20th. College Place schools get out on the 15th. but Walla Walla Public Schools don't get out until the 20th. So if your child is still in class on the 20th, then we are offering a prorated week just for this week, because we know there's a conflict with that last day of school.
Yeah.
That is science camp.
Oh,
science camp is just fun. Here we have 6th, 7th, 8th going into 9th graders will get to be on a university campus learning from PhD professors that are experts in their field. They get to play with equipment that costs more than my annual salary.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is pretty serious
So
stuff.
if you're into science, that sounds wonderful.
It is, and you get a wide spectrum of science. Now, not everybody that does this is a PhD, but actually most of the people that help us with this science camp are PhDs. But ones that we've had a track record, we know that they can relate well with the students. And it's largely hands-on. So you get this piece of equipment and you get to play with it and learn from it, learn physics, biology, ornithology,
Chemistry?
chemistry. Just so long as you don't blow up the lab, we're good with that.
But we're all going to blow something up, right? That's part of science,
That's
isn't
a
it?
secret.
Oh.
We can't let the students know that right now, but I guarantee you if they come, they will enjoy it. That's been one of the highest rated camps. Our kids are telling us that's one of the fun things, the best things that they do in the summer. So science camp really is just out of this world.
Great.
Speaking out of this world, they will also get to build their own rocket and launch it.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it's a terrific amount of fun.
Yeah. All right. So we need to pause. We'll talk about some of those other camps here in just a minute, but we need to talk about the cost. What's the cost for students to come and be a part of summer camp?
Okay. Junior camp, it's going to be $99 every week. That includes the meal. Okay. And the other camps vary. Our most expensive camp this summer will be our lodge camp, which will be $139. We'll talk more about that later. But I do want to warn our audience that during our break, I think we're going to be showing our website and
we'll have some
contact information. They
Correct.
probably want to get their pen, unless they have a photographic memory,
Yeah.
but write down the information about how they can contact us.
Yes. And so we're going to take that break right now. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Valley Viewpoint. If you're just joining us, we've been talking about exciting things for kids to do this summer at Walla Walla Valley Camps. And with me is the director, Dan Solis. And Dan, we were talking about junior camp and the older group camp, some of the specialties with
Like the science camp.
Like the science camp. And you mentioned with the junior camps that they come for an assembly.
Right.
And then, so does the older groups also come to that same assembly?
Yeah, we have a joint assembly in the morning from 8:30 until 9 o'clock. And then we break up. So if you're in science camp, then you'll be transported to the site, oftentimes Walla Walla University. If you're in junior camp, there are transports to other places, the pools, some of our nature hikes, and some of the really fun stuff that we're doing. So that's how it breaks down.
So they don't. So parents don't have to worry about getting their kids to these different locations. The camp pays for all of the transportation
That's
to
correct.
get the kids to the different locations.
That's correct.
Now, so we were talking about science camp, and there's other camps for the older group. And you'd mentioned a lodge camp just before break.
The second week is our lodge camp. So we have reservations at the ABC Mountain Retreat. We have several cabins that are reserved there, and another building that they call the Pavilion, which is a multi-purpose building, where we do our cooking, our dining. We have our assemblies there because the kids are away for the week. This is not a come and drop them off in the morning camp. They're dropped off on Monday, and then you see them again on Friday.
So all the other camps we've been talking about are day camps where you drop them off and then they go home each night. But this is different.
That's right. So what are we going to be doing up there?
That's a good question.
We have a raft trip already scheduled. We're excited about this. Kids get to do kayaking, canoeing. Out on Jubilee Lake, there's this wonderful rope swing that all the kids love to do. Then horses. How can you go to camp without doing horses? Right. And then archery. So as long as you don't shoot your counselor, then you're okay. So we're going to teach them the basics of how to use a bow and an arrow. We have a survivaling component that we do. And there's a lot of group games that we do there on site at the camp. There are cabins. Each cabin will have counselors that are supervising all the activities there, and 3 nutritious meals every day. So a lot of fun stuff. And at $139 for the week, tell me, where can you find a price like that?
That's a very, very good question. You can't even find lodging one night in certain places for that cost.
Yes. Where can you find a nice hotel for a night?
Yeah.
You know, so it's very reasonable. The kids are going to have a lot of fun. We'll be out in nature for the entire week. All those things that we mentioned about the kayaking, the canoeing, the swimming. If kids like to fish, they'll have to bring their own gear, but there are plenty of opportunities to fish
up there too
while we're out there.
Great.
So the horses, the rafting, all of that is part of that package. And we wrap things up with a trip to the Pendleton Pool on Friday afternoon, where they get to enjoy the water slides, and those are a real treat in themselves, way up there, up in the air, you know. A lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, sounds like great stuff. Now, you talked about Jubilee Lake and all of these different places. Now, do you have lifeguards as a part of the staff for protection for the kids should something happen?
We have in the past. Now, our staff is not yet complete this week, this year. I have talked with some people that are doing lifeguard training. So that is one of our priorities. Let me just say that safety overall is one of our priorities. We mentioned this particular camp, the lodge camp, and I'm sure in today's environment, parents are wondering, are the people safe?
Yeah.
We follow all the state protocols and those that are required by Village Church, which is our sponsor, and the people are background checked. You can know with certainty that your child is going to be with safe people in a safe environment. Now, we have been in operation since 1999. So taking out the COVID, we're still at 20 years or better actually in operation. During that period of time, we have had 3 trips to the emergency room, period. This is whitewater rafting. In the past, we've had caving, camps. There's the horseback riding.
And the horses can be unpredictable, so.
They can be. So, there is potential danger. We've had, in 20 plus years, 3 trips. And let me tell you the one that will surprise most people. This was in our morning assembly. We had a young man that came, and during the singing, he passed out, and he was standing near the piano, and he bumped his head on the piano, and we had to call an ambulance. That's one of the 3. So, but
you wouldn't think that scenario is all that dangerous compared to some of the other events that you guys do.
Yeah, it's the music. No, we are very mindful of the safety of our campers. And so, as I said, we've had 3, including that one incident. And he had just come to see Grandma from Portland, and I think he just had a big day, and he passed out. He missed that day of camp, and then he was back and finished out the rest of the week. So,
sounds good.
All the kids that have been hospitalized, the 3 of them are doing very well today. Most of them are adults, and some of them have their own kids.
Probably just some minor bumps and bruises and those types of things. So we talked about science camp and lodge camp. What are some of the other camps for the older group?
Okay, there is also a performing arts camp. For those that are interested in drama, we have worked cooperatively in the past with Walla Walla University, getting to use their facilities. So you're on a university campus, and there's a performance for the parents and any interested friends during that week. And also, we have a fun-filled water week. This will be July 5 to 8, where we get
on one of the hotter weeks.
One of the hotter weeks.
Feels that way, at least 5 to 8 July.
Yeah. So we're going to get our power boats out, and we're going to go down to the rivers and the lakes, and the kids will get to do tubing, water skiing, wakeboarding, just lots of really neat stuff out there on the water. And besides that, there will be kayaking and canoeing and some of the other things that we have talked about. But the big thrill, I know the kids really like it when we go out there and they get on those tubes and they're just skimming across the water at, 10, 15 knots an hour and just having a blast. We have, of course, food for the kids while we're out there at the river or lake, whichever it may be. And it's just a great picnic opportunity for everybody.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it is. It always is. We've gotten very good reviews from our kids and our parents through the years. And we try to do everything to make this an enjoyable experience, because our philosophy is that each one of those children that comes to our camp is a person that God created unique, special, and destined to develop into something that God has designed for them. And so everything that we do centers around that philosophy. We want your kid to come and enjoy and have fun and live life fully, because that's how God develops our characters and our personalities.
All right, we're getting close to the end here, and we have a couple more camps that we need to talk about. So we've done water camp, lodge camp, and science and performing arts.
Right.
What else do we have? Music? Is there a music camp?
Well, that would be part of the performing arts camp. So it's
that's
a combination of drama and music. So unfortunately, we just opened up earlier this year in January, where we had the restrictions for the mask dropping and all of this kind of thing. So we are not able to bring back our full complement this year. In the past, as I mentioned, we've done a special week of caving camp. That is a blast. I've gone, and you'd think being in a hole in the earth, it's just really, really exciting. We've also done a whitewater rafting camp in the past. We have a one-day raft trip as part of our lodge camp, but not a full-scale, all-week whitewater rafting camp this year.
Okay.
So we're hoping that maybe by next year, when we have more lead time, that we can bring some of these other camps back into our schedule. But this year, because of the shortness of prep time, we have not been able to do all of those.
Okay. So suppose there's somebody at home that says, this is great, I'd like to get my kids into this. How do we sign up, and remind us again of the costs?
Okay, $99 for the junior camp. The other camps vary in price. For example, it's $119 for the science camp. It's $139 for the lodge camp. But remember, that's 3 meals a day. They're away for the week. So it just varies. You can go to the website. I know that everybody got their pens and pencils out and wrote that down, unless they had a photographic memory. And you can register online and pay online as well.
All right, so we'll have that information on the screen. Thank you, Dan, for sharing all this information. It sounds like a wonderful opportunity for parents with their kids this summer.
It's a blast. It's a blast. Kids will enjoy it.
All right, and thank you for watching Valley Viewpoint this evening. Thank you so much. I'm Lowell Mann. We'll see you next time.